Well, hello folks. Welcome to another video, another hot, humid night. Yeah, so I guess tonight, Monday, I guess, so it'll be tonight. Trump is in Kenosha. I think there's he was going to do a live press conference, which I'm not going to bother to watch. Yeah, so today I'll be enjoying Drew Estate Java Red, and it is there we go. Very very nice aroma. To me it smells like milk, or it smells like a coffee latte, a cafe latte, sort of like a coffee and milk-ish smell. And I'm not sure what Java Red is. I know it's supposed to be some sort of a Java flavor. Of course, V-cut. Of course, there's this box press. Which I got nothing against box press, but some people don't like box press cigars. So basically, I guess got some more information on the Kyle kid. So it turns out that the kid has friends and family, and he works in Kenosha. The city in Illinois that he lives in is a border city, and it's like 20-minute drive from that city to Kenosha. I don't know how big the city is, didn't bother looking it up. It's in Wisconsin, so it can't be too big. But still, I mean, if it's a biggish or a medium-sized city where people go to work and school. No, it's not anywhere near Green Bay. So, so the gun that he used, it's not his. It is, I guess the gun belonged to a friend who lives in Wisconsin. So all those people saying, did you know this young man took this gun and crossed state lines? Like, okay. And, it's illegal. Like, okay, I'll give that to you. So now it turns out it was a gun that was belongs to his friend who gave him the gun. And I kind of looked up the I guess the gun law in Wisconsin, and I guess there's ownership and then there's possession. Ownership meaning you went out there, you bought it, it's yours. Possession means someone gave the gun to you, either as a gift or just gave you the gun. Hey, you want to go hunting? Yeah, you can borrow my gun. Go hunting. Nice cigar, nice smooth draw. So you see nice puffy smoke. So that's the case for Kyle. And of course, there's two stipulations in Wisconsin where someone under 18 can have a long gun. Oh yeah, I forgot, it's I'll backtrack a little bit. So anyone under 21 can be in possession of a handgun. So that basically means you're a 5-year-old kid. Yeah, of course you're not going to give it to your 5-year-old kid. But for long rifle, it's basically I guess 18 and above can possess a long gun with two stipulations. One is for hunting, and the second is for self-defense. And in the case of Kyle, yeah, it was definitely self-defense. You look at the video, and the three guys that he shot, these guys were white thugs, and all three of them are felons, has arrest warrants for their arrest. And what gets me is that if you look online, especially social media. Of course, these are trolls. I understand they're trolls, but you got all these black folks who are out supporting these three thugs. Someone commented like, "Well, that's black folks for you. Not only do they support black thugs, but they support white thugs too. It's like this thug culture that a lot of blacks support." And of course, the kid has no priors. He has no felony, no misdemeanor, not even a speeding ticket, trespassing, any of that stuff. No warrants for his arrest. He's take it since he's 17. He's either graduating high school or he's about to start his senior year. Because they say he's about to turn 18. So again, either he's graduating or he's going to start his senior year. Because some people do turn 18 during their senior year in high school, and a lot of people, graduate when they're 17. Some graduate when they're 18. But either way, the kid wasn't a thug, all right. And yes, and he has every right. He belongs in Kenosha. Like I say, he has family. He's got friends. He works there. He commutes from his home in Illinois, the border city, border city with Illinois and Wisconsin. So yes, he has every right. He has every right to be there. So those three thugs that got bussed in from out of state have no rights being there. He has every right to be there. He has connection. He knows downtown Kenosha better than those thugs do. And I agree. If you're thinking, where the heck are the police? No, the police didn't show up until people were shot and killed. And yes, it wasn't just Kyle that was walking around with guns. There were you can see 10, 20 people, in that area walking with handguns, brandishing guns, rifles, long guns, rather it be a hunting style rifle or AR style. Now the guy who survived was the last guy that he shot, the guy in the backpack, and also this is the guy. There's a photo of him showing him dropping his gun, which of course, being a felon, he's not supposed to have that gun. But there's someone took a photo or a video, and someone took a photo shot of that video showing him dropping the gun, the handgun. And that's the guy who survived. Yeah, and that guy's lucky. He survived a literally point blank shot from a .223 rifle. And it more than likely it didn't hit him in center mass. It probably hit him over on the side, where it didn't get any vital organs. And yeah, the guy's being shot in the gut. He probably got a gut shot off of that guy, and he's probably going to be living with the colostomy at least for the next year, if not for the rest of his life. Which again, no sympathy from me. So, and yeah, and the same thing for the guy over in Portland who shot the Trump supporter. The guy's got, I don't know if the guy's a felon, but he definitely has warrants for his arrest. He's been arrested. Yeah, so these Antifa guys are not exactly your stand-up citizens. They're all criminal elements with felonies, felony convictions, warrants for their arrest. Yeah, and of course the Portland police knows who that guy is. They know where his house is. They've had run-ins with this guy before, but they're asking him politely to turn himself in. Like, hey, look, man, this guy is a murderer. We're not talking about a guy with a speeding ticket here, or a guy with that trespassed. Heck, it was the same for that. It was the same for the other Antifa hero who finally turned himself in. Same thing. The police, they knew where that guy was at. Yeah, this is the guy that beat up that white pickup driver. Same thing. Please turn yourself in, even though they knew where the guy was at. And they're doing the same thing here. Please turn yourself in, Mr. Murderer. anyway, so yes, and the kid does have a pretty, they call him, I guess they call him a high-powered attorney who's doing the I guess he's doing it for free. So and I guess the attorney is known for defense shooting, which this is. Yes, and so hopefully, yeah, and of course, people are saying, hey, if this kid didn't have the rifle on him, he would probably look like that white pickup driver in Portland, that looked like he was on the losing end of a 12-round boxing match. Yes, his face looked like he just got through getting pummeled on for 12 rounds, in some boxing match. Both eyes were closed, and of course, he had a gash in his head, which could happen in a boxing match. Well, that's it. Make this a short video. I'm going to enjoy my smoke, and you guys have a good one. Okay, and I'm back. Yes, somebody came over, so I had to cut the video. So let me just add. So basically, so the mayor of Portland, came out and of course blamed Trump, and basically told Trump, either support us or leave us alone. And yes, Trump has offered federal assistance and getting federal officers into Portland, Seattle, stuff like that. And of course, Trump's assistance was declined. And of course, you have Joe Biden coming out today in his speech, talking about Trump can't handle the violence, the rioting that's happening across America. Well, the question is, first it's the mayor and the governors of the states that needs to take care of the issue. And like I said, Trump offered assistance, but it was turned down. So it wasn't like Trump didn't do anything. Hey, dog. Yes, and of course, I think it was they said it was a Trump supporter convoy that rode through Portland. And I thought convoy, I was thinking, okay, 10, 15, 20 cars. There was like 600 cars. And the guy who got shot had nothing to do with the convoy. Yeah, he was just a Trump supporter wearing a Trump shirt, walking through enemy territory, downtown Portland. Yeah, of course the video that I saw is again someone like across the street taking a video, and the guy was shot twice in the chest. And they got the video of the guy who did it, so they know who did it. Again, they're asking the guy to politely turn himself in. And same thing with the guy that beat up the white pickup driver. Of course, this case is murder, but I have the same feeling. Nothing's going to happen to this guy. But we'll see. But my feeling is, ain't nothing going to happen to this guy. Ain't nothing going to happen to the guy that assaulted the white pickup driver. Out of the way, dog. Yeah, this is a good cigar. It is a mild cigar. It's a dark wrapper. Yeah, I'm almost done with it. It's because when I shot the video, it's I haven't smoked, so as you can see, good smoking cigar, nice smooth draw. So you see all the smoke coming out. So it turns out, it looks like Arizona is passing I guess for medical purpose, where people can use weed for medical purpose. I didn't really read up on it. I don't know if it's possession where you can use it but you can't grow it, kind of thing, or you can use it but you can't sell it. There you go. So I guess there's a difference between selling and actually using it. And and of course, Arizona and Texas are, I would say, kind of neck to neck when it comes to being conservative. So if Arizona is going to pass it, suppose there's something like 60% to 70% of Americans support going ahead and legalizing marijuana or weed. And yeah, it is just like alcohol. I guess you can add it on the list: alcohol, tobacco, and weed. I guess the ATF would now be what, ATFW or ATFM. And again, I am one of those folks that let's go and get rid of the ATF. We don't need those guys. Just like the IRS, no, we don't need those guys either. And no, I have no want, no need. I know that it helps with people who have PTSD or people who have psychological problem. I guess it calms them down. I guess it acts. I don't know if there's any, I'm pretty sure there is some nicotine that's probably in it. It is a dry leaf that you're smoking, so there is probably some nicotine in it. But I'm going to stick with cigars. So we'll see. I'll check on the news and see what Trump did while he was in Kenosha. And of course, no, I'm saying what Trump should do is take up the Portland's mayors doubling down and put an embargo, embargo on was a Master Blaster from was that the Mad Max Thunderdome. So basically, just go there and block all the major highways going into Portland. It's like, all right, now what you gonna do? But we're, the embargo is on. Nothing. No trucks are going in. Whatever trucks who are in can come out, but ain't no truck going in. What you gonna do now? But I doubt Trump's gonna do that. Of course, he definitely won't. He definitely won't be giving them any federal aid. If I were Trump, I would definitely cut federal aid to Portland or to Oregon, because of course Oregon is the one that gives the aid. The state's the one that gives the aids to the cities. And yes, and I'll close it on this. So California is not giving, because I got cousins there, and some of them are actually some of them have lost their business. So they're not. So California's not going to cover the 100 extra that on top of the 300 that the federal government is giving out for the pandemic, for extended pandemic assistance. And of course, Governor Newsom came out and said, well, the federal aid that was given, that's supposed to go to the people, he used it for coronavirus testing research. And I told my cousins, that's actually going into his pocket. There ain't he didn't put that money towards no coronavirus testing research. That money went into his pocket, Nancy Pelosi's pocket. God damn it. I hate when that happens. Maxine Waters' pocket. See who else is what's her face? Kamala Harris's pocket. So I told him, hey, that extra 100 ain't getting. Yeah, you can thank Governor Newsom, because that money went into his pocket. And of course, that aid was supposed to have gone out on August 1st. It's supposed to be retroactive to August 1st. Supposedly, just last week, the California legislature passed a resolution to give the extra 300 that the government gave to California to give to unemployed people, and that's what it's meant for. but they still had to pass a resolution, to give that money to people who are unemployed because of coronavirus. I kind of told them, man, be glad you're actually getting that 300, because your government in California could have just pocketed it and said something like what what the Newsom said. Yeah, we used that money to put out the forest fire. So sorry, you guys ain't getting an extra 300, and good luck. And I wouldn't put that past the California government, one bit at all. But if they did that, yes, there would be people. I mean, there's already people going, marching, on the Capitol in Sacramento. Marching on Governor Newsom, telling him, hey, man, get California back up and running. But while closing on that, stay safe. Don't get sick. You probably won't get sick, because basically what the government's done. So basically what the U.S. government has done, and the media, who supports the shutdown, we basically shut down the U.S. Because of a flu virus. The 0.03% death rate. The N1H1 in 2010 killed like 68 million people worldwide. 68 million people. The world didn't collapse. Western governments, Asian governments, no government collapsed. There wasn't widespread shutdowns. Businesses going out of businesses going out of business. 68 million people, and again, the world didn't collapse. And yeah, we're up to, and of course I looked it online. We're up to about worldwide about 838,000 deaths, and that number is probably a lot lower. And here we are shutting everything down, collapsing the economy. And if you compare it to N1H1, 68 million people dead, nothing happened. When no one even blinked an eye. But my opinion, just like everyone else's opinion, is that a lot of the governments, the leftist government especially, are using this as a power grab. And of course, I'm comparing this to the Bolshevik. When the Bolsheviks tried to take over Russia, of course they went to the people and created this. Hey, you guys, the proletariats, that's the working people or the people. 99%. You guys are the downtrodden, and these 1%, bourgeoisie, which would include the rich people and the I forgot basically the royalty that was in control of Russia back then. These people putting you down. We are for you. Revolt for us, and they did the same thing. Burning and looting, rioting, tearing down statues. It's an exact mirror. Same thing with the Maoist communists. They gave the same speech. You proletariats are downtrodden. These bourgeoisies are the one that's putting you down. Kill them all. And yes, and in China and in Russia, they went out and started beheading and killing people in the streets, which we haven't seen yet. The case of Kenosha and in Portland, that's I have a feeling that's just the beginning. The thing is that on the especially white conservatives, many do have guns, and I'm telling you, you better stop packing, because when these thugs come after you, you better be prepared to put them down. And like I said, yes, you will be arrested. In most cases, you will be arrested. Hopefully you have a very good self-defense shooting attorney, or you have one on retainer. If you don't have it, get yourself a law shield, specifically one for self-defense shooting. Because if it happens, you're going to need those guys. Now you can get one that's like a national self-defense law shield. or you can get one that's local to your state. Doesn't matter which one you get, as long as you get one. And of course, and of course, in the case of Russia and China, when the communists came into power, they killed off the useful idiots by the millions. That didn't mean to hit the play button there. Superman, yeah. So, yeah, in the case of Russia, many of them were killed. Many of them were sent to the Gulag, where they slowly died of hunger and was slowly worked to death. If you haven't read it, check out. I forgot the author's name, but it's basically the Gulag Archipelago. That's definitely an eye opener. In the case of Mao, he sent millions upon millions of Chinese from the city out into the country. Like, hey, go out into the country and farm. Trust me, if you sent a bunch of city dwellers out into the countryside and told them, like, go out there and farm, we're all going to starve to death. And that's exactly what happened. Many millions and millions of Chinese starved to death. Yeah, and their numbers are still in the billion. So I guess it wasn't. Anyways, I want to get into that. All right, so again, stay safe. Don't get sick. If you're in one of those riot area, riot zones, don't go out. Especially if you are a conservative, especially if you are a Trump supporter. If you go out, you probably will be attacked. Even if you're not a Trump supporter, if you're not part of the Antifa clique, you will probably be attacked. And in case of Portland, shot and killed. And if you do go out, you better be like that young man in Kenosha, Kyle. You better be armed, because those guys are definitely going to be armed. These Antifa and Black Lives Matters, paid agitator, paid thugs, they're armed, and they got their own guns, they got their own rifles, and they have no problem using it. They will use it to kill you, because these people are criminals already. They got nothing to lose. And of course, watching, hey dog, what you doing? And watching the video of in Kenosha where that kid shot those 3 thugs, myself and a lot of people were commenting, it's like, hey, these guys not realize they're running up on a guy who has a weapon, a loaded weapon. And the thing is, someone mentions that, well, these guys have been so brazen. They're basically the bully that had no one to stand up to them. The bald-headed guy, the guy that first got shot, the first to be shot dead, the bald-headed guy. There's videos of him online where he's out daring people to shoot him. There's one video where he's, I guess it was a business owners. I don't know if it's in Kenosha or in Minneapolis or in some other city. Well, this guy, he goes to these riot spots for Black Lives Matter. Yeah, and there's videos of him, and there are these, store owners. They got their guns out, and he's yelling at them, "I dare you to shoot me! I dare you!" He keeps saying, "I dare you to shoot me." And kind of like what that poster said. These guys have been brazen because no one has actually stood up to them. That's why they're running up on somebody with a gun, thinking, "Oh, this guy, this guy's a punk. He ain't gonna do nothing. He's not gonna shoot me. I've done this so many times and haven't gotten shot. It's gonna be no different this time." And unfortunately, this time it was different. You ran up on someone who actually did shoot you. Yeah, the second guy was the guy with the skateboard, who actually swung at him, attacked him with the skateboard, which is a deadly weapon. He shot him point blank and he died. He literally doubled over and dead there in the street. And like I said, the guy who survived was the third guy that he shot, and he may have taken a glancing blow, and that's probably why he survived. But if you look on YouTube of course, gun channels on YouTube, many of them are getting banned. But the ones that are still on, You know, if their videos are still on where they did the, you know, the ballistic gel test of what a 223 could do to ballistic gel. Yeah, I mean, if you take a center mass shot from a 223, it's going to hurt and you're going to die. But it looks like that guy took a glancing blow. That's probably why he survived. And of course they're you know, and at this point it doesn't matter what the black man does. You know, they're going to riot just you know, just because they can. Okay, and I'll close it on this. And again, you know, if you're in this riot zone, stay away. If you don't want to get involved, you know, if it you know, but if it does come to your town, I wouldn't blame you one bit if you went out there, you know, to defend your store, to defend your town. But just be aware that of the repercussion that if you get involved in a shooting, and you know what will happen. So all right, thank you guys, and we'll see what happens this week. It's been hectic, and I'm still waiting for that Trump, you know, Biden debate, and of course, you know, Biden, he's you know, I'm pretty sure his handler's going to give him all these things. All right, if this question comes up, answer like this, and he's going to screw it up, and but either way, you know, a lot of Democrats, I have a feeling a lot of Democrats, speaking with a lot of Democrat cousins in California, you know, many of them are saying they're not going to vote. They're just going to stay home, and I have a feeling that's what's going to be with a lot of Democrats. They're just not going to vote. Just like, okay, look, I'm not going to vote for Biden, but I'm also not going to vote for Trump. So, and I'm fine with that. Hey, stay home, don't vote, and I will be out at the polls. And no, Nancy Pelosi, you're not going to get your $25 billion to get your voter mail-in fraud scheme on the roll. Yes, USPS is still working. I'm still getting my mail, stuff I order online. I'm still getting them from the USPS. So they're at least the ones here in Texas are still doing their work. All right, well, that's it. Again, I guess for the third time, thank you and stay safe.